Welcome to Jibble's File, where truth cuts through the noise. The recent Boeing 787 crash in Ahmedabad has shocked the world. But what if I told you this wasn't just a tragic accident, but part of a disturbing pattern? Stay with us as we uncover the dark side of Boeing's history. A story of repeated accidents, ignored warnings, and allegations of putting profits before people's lives. Let's start with what the sources say. The Ahmedabad crash is not the first time a Boeing plane has crashed under questionable circumstances. In fact, many Boeing models have a troubling record of major accidents. The 737 MAX is called by many as the most controversial aircraft in Boeing's history. Remember the tragic crashes of Lion Air flight and the Ethiopian Airlines flight in 2019? 189 people died in one and 157 in the other. Both crashes were linked to a faulty system that made the plane's nose tilt down uncontrollably. This system, known as the MCAS, was at the heart of the problem. Yet Boeing pushed the planes into the skies anyway. And the result? The 737 MAX was grounded worldwide, and Boeing had to pay a massive $2.5 billion fine. What about the 787 Dreamliner, the same model that crashed in Ahmedabad? The sources remind us that this plane has issues too. In 2013, two Dreamliners caught fire due to battery failures, forcing a global grounding. That same year, a 787 caught fire at Heathrow while parked. And in 2023, passengers were injured when a 787 experienced violent jolts mid-flight. And now in 2025, another crash, possibly caused by the same software or malfunctioning errors linked to known problems with fuel systems, batteries, and even auto flight controls. But here's the real shocker. The sources claim that Boeing has repeatedly ignored safety standards to speed up production and boost profits. Former employees have alleged that they were fired for raising concerns about substandard assembly, faulty parts, and even poor welding. The idea? Make planes faster, sell more, and stay ahead of competitors, even if safety is compromised. But it doesn't stop there. Reports suggest that Boeing may have even colluded with the US regulator, the FAA, to hide safety issues and get quick approvals. Think about it. The FAA is supposed to ensure air safety, but when profit and politics collide, oversight can get dangerously soft. Another shocking point. Pilots often weren't given proper instructions for new systems, like the MCAS on the 737 MAX. In the case of Ahmedabad crash, weeks before the tragedy, the UK's Civil Aviation Authority warned about fuel cutoff switches. That's the same switches that may have failed mid-air, but Boeing dismissed the warning. And now, those same switches are blamed for the crash. So who's to blame? Not Boeing, of course, but the pilot. But they tragically can't defend themselves. The official report claims that the pilots deliberately closed the fuel switches, but the black box data suggests otherwise. The co-pilot denied activating them, and the plane's controls were reportedly normal until the very end. So why does this matter? It matters because Boeing is huge, employing nearly 1 million people, paying billions in taxes, and generating over $60 billion in exports. Big deals like a $200 billion order from Qatar depend on Boeing's clean reputation. So when a disaster strikes, there's a strong incentive to blame anyone but the company. The sources warn that blaming the dead pilots is the easiest way to protect the powerful. But if these patterns continue, ignoring faults, rushing planes, and silencing critics, the world could see an even bigger tragedy in the future. So the next time you board a plane, remember this story. Safety should never be sacrificed for profit. Let's hold big companies accountable before history repeats itself. If you found this video eye-opening, hit like, share it with your friends, or if you have any thoughts on this tragedy, drop it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to keep up to date on real stories that matter. Fly safe and stay informed.